Hello, and welcome to Hacking Our Own Home Lab, Active Directory with Ligolo, Video 2 with Ligolo. This is Video 4 in the series. If you haven't seen the videos before this one, I will either post them here or I will link them in the description below. Now, to get started, not this one, yeah, we're back with more complicated stuff, okay? So, let's see here, where should we start? That's the DC. We don't really need to do that one, but I just didn't want to have a blank space in my quad video view, so this one, Ron, why? Why, Ron? Why? What's this one? This one should be Tom, I think. So it doesn't really matter who it is. It just matters what we're signing into, right? The other one, I believe this is client 1. So this one has the dual nick, and then this is client 2, single nick. So essentially it's the segregated domain joined computer. Yeah, as you can see, I don't remember the password, nor do I. Hey, I got this one. Yeah, this is the 2-nick. And like I said, what we're going to be doing today is actually utilizing Ligolo as a pivoting method and as a way to not only pivot, but also transfer files through that same scenario, right? We're going to be using the agent and the proxy. Okay, so first we gotta get up the proxy going with self-cert, and I didn't initiate the ton. So IP link set Ligolo up. Oh, gotta make the device first. So I forgot how to make the link. I forgot. So we're gonna cut this out. Actually, no, we're not. We're gonna cut some of that out. So we're gonna get the README going. So yeah, a ton tap, that's what it is. So we'll just do this real quick. Super fast. Grab the README, open it, copy. No need to remember the commands. Although if you can, it's gonna make it a little bit faster, right? So obviously our username goes here. Boom, we added that, and then now we can do the set, no, it's IP. Heck, what is it? IP link set, that's what it is. Then we can just IP link, oops, set Ligolo, the interface we just made. You can call whatever you want, up. And then now we can run the proxy with the self-cert. Okay, so right now it's listening on this port, 11601. We'll get over to our initial entry, right? But it's not going to work because I disabled one of the interfaces. So I did that for security reasons. Because with this, the stock firewall settings is gonna hold you back, right? So that's something to be wary of if you're not going to use ports that are like predefined for you. Okay, so adapter settings. I'm gonna have to use the administrator password to re-enable it. Enable. Yep. So let's bring that interface back up. Should make a connection here pretty soon. Yep. So now we're connected with that. We're just going to leave that up because I'm probably going to disable it when I'm done. But, so So we got our Ligolo running on our Kali, right? Now we'll go, like I said, over to our initial entry box that has 2 NICs. So it has access to one network, which is the one we were exposed to, aka the internet, let's just say, and then another NIC that is internal so that it can communicate with the Active Directory, or the DC, the domain controller, right? So then here we're just gonna run our agent with dash, I forgot the settings. So we're gonna go back to the README here. Dash connect, yeah, so it's just dash connect, and then it's the address of our IP, so I'm pretty sure that's it. And then the port 11601, and then we're gonna do ignore cert. And boom, we established here. Wait a second on our Kali box. And if we bring that up, cool, agent joined. So then we're gonna do, let's just do a quick help, bring up the commands. So session, it's kind of like Metasploit, I guess. If I remember clicking it, we pick session 1, enter. So now we are in session 1, as we can see via the ifconfig command through Ligolo. We have interface 0, 1, 2. So as you can see, 2 NICs. Well, yeah, 2 NICs and then the loopback. So we're gonna take a note of this IP, right? Because that's the one we're gonna extend to. So we're gonna have to add that to our IP root list. So all we really have to do is press start. We'll type start, and it's tunneling now. So the tunnel is active. We are connected to this IP range, this interface, right? So the second thing we need to do to verify that tunnel is working is add that to our IP roots. So it's going to be something like IP root add right there. IP root add the address dev Ligolo, because that's the interface. We're pretty much adding that IP root address range to our interface. So sudo IP root add, look at that, we already did it before, so it's already there. So we're gonna do that real quick. And it's a range, remember, it's not just an address. So that was the first mistake I made when trying to do this before. So now let's just verify that is set up correctly by doing IP root list, and we can see there it is. Boom, the address range, dev Ligolo, scope link. So that's enough for me to verify. The second thing we can do is just do a quick crack map exec on that range, which we know the DC is this address. So it should, if we're lucky, be able to map out at least those 2 machines that were previously segregated. Okay, not what I meant to do. Crack map exec. Oh, I did the help, that's why. There, okay, so we found it. That is the domain controller. Cool. So we'll do it again. I think you can do it with a range. Yeah, awesome. So as we can see, we found all the machines that are on this IP range, right? Previously, if we didn't have Ligolo set up right now, tunneling and forwarding our requests through that interface, right, we wouldn't see any of that. So that verifies right there that our tunnel is working. So the next step we need to do, if let's say we want to download files. Like now we can run our like nmaps and stuff like that. TCP is a little funky with this stuff, but we can do it. And we can do service identification and stuff like that through this tunneling. But why not if we can, right? Let's say we did our nmap, we found a service that was vulnerable and we exploited it. Okay, so let's just say we already have via this, right? Our execution. Okay, so let's say we want to transfer files from this machine, this one right here, to our Kali box, or from and to, right? So the first thing we're going to do is set up a listener. So we'll just do the help again. I have the command right there, listener underscore add, and then you can do even more help to get more information on these commands, right? So listener add, we do --2, and then we do, oh wait, actually let me do the help real quick, more help. So I'm gonna do, help listener underscore add. Yeah, so there it is. There's the syntax. So listener add, oh, it's not there. And then it's --addr, and then this is the loopback address. We're gonna do 1 2 3 4 because it's easy. --2 local listening address. So that's gonna be, we just want it to go back to localhost. So on this port. And sometimes I set the TCP or UDP flag, but we're just gonna do that. Unknown command. Listener. Oh, that's funny. Listener. Boom. Created a listener. So we can list them with this command if you spell it right. Boom. So we see our listener right there. Okay, so first thing we want to do, right? We want to say get a net. Let's get a reverse shell going, right? We don't even need that listener for this, right? Essentially. Yes, we do actually. We need the listener. So let's do the netcat and have it listen on port we just forwarded. Listening on any. So going over to our machine that we will assume that we've got an RCE exploit on. And we'll just do, well, first of all, we need to go to our proper file directory for the program we need, which is ncat. So we're going to transfer on over to there. So, and it's nmap right there. So let's see, nmap. So, gosh, directory. So we just do our ncat.exe. So on this, we're calling the machine that we have our tunnel through 1.3, and on the port 1 2 3 4. And this should, if we're lucky, hit our main machine on 4444. And now it should send, yeah, okay, so now we are on the box with our Kali machine, right? So that's what we need to do, right? To be able to get our listener, boom, there we go. Set it up. We got our reverse shell. Okay, so we got our reverse shell. Now, what else do we want, right? We want to enumerate. So let's get some enumeration files on there. How do we do that, you say? Well, you got to create another listener. You want to maintain that shell access. You also want to get a listener going. Another way you could do this, right, is like I showed in previous videos, you're going to send, like, let's say you're doing like a phishing campaign, or you get credentials, right, through a phishing campaign. But let's say in the other way, you get somebody to download an extension or a file or something that gives you that remote access, right? Then you only have that one avenue. and you need to pivot those files through and further enumerate the machine. Okay, so we're gonna need to set up another listener. It's pretty simple. We'll just add another listener, but the settings are gonna be a little different. So we'll do the forward port is 1235, and then the tunneling port is gonna just do 80. Why not, right? Because it's HTTP. That's the method I'm gonna use to transfer anyway. So add that listener, and then get on here. That's our shell. Let's get a new tab going. Let's navigate to our WinPs directory and go ahead and throw up the Python here. That's 80, and then we'll get back to this guy. Let's open up another CMD, and we're just going to do a good old curl to this. Oh, not to that. So like I was doing before, you're going to have to send this request to the agent machine on the port that you set up, right? So it's going to be 1235. That's what we set up, right? Yep, 1235, 80. So with any luck, we should be grabbing a WinPs. .exe. Cool. And then it's going to be outputted to the same. Let's just call it px64.exe. With any luck, it looks like it went through. Cool. We see the request here. The file should be in this directory. What do you know? And we're running it. Once again, I mean, this should be a short little video just demonstrating, right, why this tool could be so useful in your studying and practicing, right? Studying and understanding network protocols and stuff like that is going to be super important for anything that you do in cybersecurity, but most important for being prepared, right, for those exams and being prepared for what you're going to encounter in your career as a pen tester. Or even a network security specialist, let's just say we're going broad with it. Understanding this stuff is how you stop it. Understanding this stuff is how you prepare blue teams through action, right? So here we go. We're gonna let this WinPs go ahead and run. I don't know that there's any, like, I didn't install anything purposely that's gonna be an exploit on here, but you know, or is going to find credentials or something like that. Who knows? But yeah, so it's going to be a short one, but I wanted to finish off the Ligolo series utilizing its full capabilities, utilizing those listener agents, right? So yeah, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks for watching if you did.